So this is the video that I have, the pup date that I have not wanted to give and have been avoiding since October. But here we go. Hannah has heartworm. This is what we're doing about it. So you may remember that in the beginning of October, and if you have not seen this pup date, it's right there. Hannah got stung by a bee and we had to take her to the vet. She had to get a shot. And then while I was there, I went ahead and scheduled her, he's being absolutely adorable. I love him. So I went ahead and scheduled her regular visit. Everything seemed to be going well. She was a good, healthy weight. Everything was looking good. And then the vet took her blood sample to the back to check for heartworm and other parasites and things like that. And then I just heard them through the hall in disappointed tones. I heard the vet and the vet tech talking, and it just, I knew, I couldn't hear what they were saying, but I knew they were talking about Hannah, and I knew it wasn't good. And after what felt like an eternity, they finally came in, and the vet showed me the positive heartworm test. We do preventatives. We live in an area where heartworm is extremely prevalent. She's my first dog that I have personally had that has ever gotten heartworm, so it was a little bit of a shock, to be honest. If you don't know what heartworm is a roundworm that is transmitted usually one of two ways, usually via mosquito bite. The larvae is transmitted into the bloodstream, and then I believe after 6 months they migrate their way into the heart and lungs, and then they start to grow, and they grow about 1 foot long, and they just wreak havoc on the heart and lungs, and they have an extremely lifespan for a parasite. They live about 6 to 7 years, if I remember correctly. But also heartworm can be transmitted from mother dog to puppy. I do not believe that Hannah had it transmitted because she's been tested for heartworm before and she was heartworm negative. So obviously it's from mosquitoes. I do my best, but mosquitoes are they're really nasty here. The danger of the heartworm is it can cause organ failure, cardiac issues. I mean, just a long list of issues. According to the, what are they called? The American Heartworm Society, I think that's what they're called. I'll link it below. Dogs are actually the natural host of heartworm. Other mammalian species can get heartworm, so people can get it. So upon receiving the news, I had to ask questions. The vet was, our vet knows that I'm very naturally minded. FYI guys, I'm not giving medical advice. I'm not a vet, not a medical doctor. You need to consult with your vet before you do anything. We consulted with ours. This is the plan that we came up with, okay? The good news is Hannah is asymptomatic, which means it's likely that the heartworm is still younger, so not fully developed. They haven't had a chance to really start doing damage. She is not coughing, which is one of the first symptoms. She has no fatigue, none of the early symptoms, which is really, really promising. It means we caught it early. I asked our vet what our choices were. He said we could do a more rigorous regimen of treatment, but that treatment cost thousands of dollars, and I was like, yikes. Then we discussed, he said HeartGuard was a good choice for her. He felt that she needed 17 to 18 months of treatment, and they sell it in a 1-year supply. I asked how much it was and what the side effects were. He said it was one of the safest drugs for dogs. It's been around for a long time. The side effects are low. They can happen, but he said in his 20 years of vet experience, he's never seen a dog get any of the side effects. It was $100, which much better for a 12-month supply. So really great. So it's a once a month treatment. Sorry guys, I'm really trying to keep my thoughts together. This is very, very emotional. It's very hard. It's January and I have not wanted to talk about this, to be honest. Even though her prognosis is good, it's not news you want to get. It's not. You don't want this news. So game plan is to treat the yard more rigorously for mosquitoes. We decided to do the Heartguard, and then the vet said I could do my natural remedies. Specifically, he really wanted me to do stuff that would support heart health and lung health, which we had fortunately started her on some things like olive oil, apple cider vinegar, some B vitamins, other things that are really good for heart health. I'm confident that it was really good timing on that. I have a video on that as well where I talk about that, so you guys can watch it and see all what we do. Which she loves, the mixture of apple cider vinegar and olive oil. She loves that. We put it in a salad dressing bottle, and she just goes absolutely bonkers for it. It's like this wonderful stinky smell, and she just loves it. She gets really excited. We call it her dressing. So I felt fairly confident. I like the fact that he was very supportive of me wanting to do natural. He said her prognosis is so good that she didn't need a lifestyle change. We could still do walks, we could still play. That's really, really good, because a lot of times when dogs do get tested positive for heartworm, they are already experiencing symptoms, and they do have to stop doing exercise and things like that. So it was really nice that we caught it so soon. So guys, if you're not taking your dogs for regular vet visits, I do recommend it. Hannah's 3. She's a young dog. She'll be 4 in March. So she's still a young dog. So the fact that we caught it so soon and we're gonna be able to take care of it is incredible. After getting the news, it was really hard. I had to tell Mr. Editor Man, I had, my hubby, then I had to tell my son, because Hannah is actually my oldest son's dog. And I just had to explain to him that it was gonna be okay and that he's right there doing his school. I just explained to him that we needed to make sure we stayed on top of her supplements, and that we were gonna have to make sure she took her medicine. Oh, one of the things about the Heartguard, the vet reassured me that if she didn't like it, which Hannah is pretty picky, if she, for whatever reason, didn't like the taste of it, because apparently it is nasty tasting, that at any point, even if she's been taking it for 4 or 6 months, if she stops taking it, he will get us our money back. So that was really, I liked that reassurance. I know you can get Heartguard from other sources, but I did like the fact that I was able to deal with the vet, and I could just bring the box in, no questions asked. So that was nice. I didn't buy the Heartguard at the office. I wanted to go home, talk to my husband, see how we felt. He actually went and got it for me 2 days later. I wasn't able to go get it because I had a little bit of a health crisis, and so I had to rest for the following 2 days. And end of October and November were really, really rough for me for a lot of reasons. I started having severe allergies flare up, and allergies that I've never had before show up, and really severe stuff. And so I just had to get through that. So I wasn't actually able to research natural remedies to go along with the Heartguard because of that. But that was okay, because we knew that we were doing things to support her health, and we knew that we were doing the medication that the vet recommended, and we were confident in that decision. So I knew we were already doing something, but I did want to go ahead and do more. I want to give her the best, and I had to make sure that everything that we were doing, that anything that I added wouldn't be contraindicated or too much on her system with what we were doing. So come December, I was finally feeling better. I found an integrative vet on YouTube that is very, very insightful. Hi, Papa. And I was reminded of the herb black walnut, which I knew is excellent, has historically been used for parasites, and it's very potent. Usually it's recommended as a natural, it can be used as a natural preventative. That was in my flower pot. What are you getting into? All right, my busy peeps. You guys know that this is how we roll, right? What? We're filming. Look, the camera's on. People can see. Say hi to the people. No? Yes, you are a big, big baby that wants all the big, big pets. Oh, your turn with the notes. So basically, his regimen was very similar to what I would do. So I was like, okay, this is great. So I was able to get her black walnut tincture. I will link that below. So we're putting that on her food. It doesn't really have a bad taste. I was done with that.
I hope you were done with that.
Nope, sure wasn't.
For now.
Okay, this is a messy one. Bottom line, we're on the right track. Hannah is still doing good. She is taking her supplements, which was kind of tricky because normally we coat her her medicines in peanut butter because that's the thing that she goes crazy about. Well, I am all of a sudden allergic to peanut butter, so guess what? There is no peanut butter allowed in the house. So, but we've been able to use the pill pockets. I'll link those below. If you've never used those, you can get them pretty much anywhere, but they're really, really handy. We have to like really encase them and we hype it up. We don't act like it's sad that she has to take this medication. It's like, we are like, oh my gosh, Hannah, the whole time we're preparing it, it's, oh, Hannah, oh my gosh, do you see what we got? Do you see? And you get like super, super excited and you act like it's the biggest thing ever. Get them drooling, get them salivating, because guess what? You put it down and then woof, it's gone. They eat it whole and you don't have to worry about them tasting anything nasty and they don't spit it out. At least that's what works for her. Every dog is different. Some dogs are like, ha, you're not fooling me. What we did do, the first one that we did for her, because this was pre the peanut butter apocalypse, we coated, like I took like these pills, they're huge. So I coated it in peanut butter, like, and I made it like this big goopy mess. And then I opened like 3 pill pockets and I mushed together and pieced it together, like really, really big. So it was like this giant blob and just like, she was just, you know, so excited about it. And I put it on a paper plate because it was just so messy and just put the paper plate on the floor and she just went to town. We also did switch her food and I will be talking about that in this video. Peace.